Vauquois, a place that you've probably never heard of. A village that disappeared from below. A place of destruction on an industrial scale, with 519 mines being detonated. But despite such destruction, there's still plenty to see. So we're going to have a look inside. Here we're entering a French mine shaft, known as Mine T on the map. At this point you're probably wondering, how was this all dug? And how come it's all still here? It's a good question, and the answer, partly, is in the photo you can see in front of you. The geology, the rock, known as gaize. It was relatively easy rock for the miners and the engineers to cut, which is why this battle went underground. But there was also no real option, considering this was no man's land. On the French side, it was only the officers and the engineers that actually were allowed to live underground. The ordinary soldier was left outside in the elements. The next question is probably, was it quite cramped down there? Well, in actual fact, in some areas, it's actually quite wide and spacious. And in others, you still need to duck. In total, an incredible 21 kilometres of tunnels were dug under this hill. On this map, in bold, you can see what you can actually still visit today. Also notice the names of the French mine shafts: La Villette, Odeon, Grenelle. They're all named after Paris underground stations. Now let's go over to the other side and visit the German trenches and tunnels, where 184 rooms were created underground as underground barracks. On the German side, they had everything to be able to live underground, from clean water to here through the wall, a hospital. But behind every corner, every hole, there are hidden areas. And hidden signs that men used to live here. You're probably thinking, what was it like down there? Well, it was pretty dark. You need a torch. You also need a hard hat. The ceilings are pretty low. But it was one hell of an experience. Now, let's go and find some sunshine. And now we're back on the surface, where everything began on the 3rd of September 1914, where the Germans first captured Vauquois. They would only hold it for a couple of days before the French would retake it. And then the Germans would retake it again. There was a tremendous struggle throughout 1914 for this hill, and into 1915 as well, which gave the Butte de Vauquois a fearsome reputation. These continuous battles led to around 14,000 French and German casualties for this 500-metre long hill.